Welcome to the Sarah Scoop Show. It's time to get the scoop with Sarah.
Hi, my name is Arjun Athalye. I'm 17 years old. I'm an actor and I play Jay on Are You Afraid of the Dark? So, Are You Afraid of the Dark was originally a 90s horror series where every episode, the Midnight Society, a group of kids, tell different scary stories and adventures. And it's like a storytelling show that was actually really scary. And not only for kids, adults got really scared. And it was a beloved series in the 90s. And now Nickelodeon took it up and is remaking the series and telling the story in a new creative way. So, this new season will explore a longer story format over 6 episodes, and you'll see much scarier stuff and a lot of homages to the original series and a lot of adventure, comedy, romance. There's something in it for everyone. I play Jay. He's kind of like the voice of reason in the group. He has a very like science-based mind. He thinks he's very smart. He's not that smart, but he kind of has to expand his imagination because they're dealing with all sorts of like curses and monsters and things like that. And he's very like grounded in reality. So if he can't expand his imagination and kind of, stop being so sarcastic and critical all the time, he won't make it. So he that's kind of his arc. He has to start accepting what's happening to him and be there for his friends. My favorite part of Jay, he's very into like comics and pop culture and movie stuff like that, and he's very funny even when he's not trying to be. I think when he is trying to be funny, he's not very funny. He's kind of one of those kids, so that's always really fun to play. And he kind of like has a lot of comedy in the show, so that's always great. And I just love he has very different relationships with each character. So as an actor, that's really great to kind of portray. Like some characters are his best friends, other characters he kind of has like a love-hate relationship with. So that's always really fun to do. So this was actually like my first job ever. Like this was my first thing. So I've been auditioning for stuff for like a few months, and I sent in a self-tape for this. And I wasn't expecting like to get it or anything. I really just like sent it in. I was like, oh, this is a really cool project. I hope something comes out of it. And then, as it started going on, I started getting emails like, we're going to do a chemistry read with these few actors. We want you to meet the director. And I was like, oh, okay, this could maybe go somewhere. But I didn't think I'd gotten it yet. And then I was like, so I thought they were considering a few people, and I was just going to be like, I would try to get as far as I could. And then eventually I got the call from my manager, and she kind of like pranked me. She was like, sorry, I have some bad news. You're gonna be living in Vancouver for 3 months. And then I kind of went crazy. I didn't know how to react for a long time. It felt unreal for a long time after that. And then I got to set and things started moving really fast, and it was just a crazy experience. Yeah. I hadn't heard of the show when I originally auditioned, but when I found out about the project, I definitely looked it up. I watched the original show from the reboot from 2019. I also watched a bunch of like clips and stuff like that from the original series. Like I remember that one clip of I forgot the clown's name, but they open the door and the clown's there, and the little kids like scream. That's like a famous shot. And then I watched the intro, and I was like, whoa, this is really scary, especially for kids. So I definitely got like the vibe of the show. And I was like, okay, so this is not just like a goofy kid show. This is like, this is a real horror show. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to try to say this without giving anything away, but I think episode 4 was really, really fun to film. And episode 6, the last one, because there was some really cool set pieces and scenes that we shot and like stunts and things like that were really, really cool to shoot. I think every episode kind of brings in a new aspect, and they're all very different, which is really cool. So the first few episodes are like introducing the aspects, and then it just builds up and gets more and more intense, and the stakes get bigger as the series progresses. So the later episodes, I think I really love to film. I think people will be very surprised at like the cinematic feel of it. Like there's some really crazy shots in there. They have like cranes and dollies, and like it does not look like kind of like the Nickelodeon sitcom that everyone's used to. I think people will be very surprised by the quality. Yeah. Yeah, I think it was a great experience because I cannot imagine like shooting in your home state. You know, you just kind of go home every day. It was like a whole new thing. I was in a new city. I got to explore it. It really felt like I was, working on a project that was completely separate from what I've been doing regularly. So it was like, yeah, the cast was amazing. We hung out in Vancouver. Vancouver's a beautiful city. That's what made shooting so amazing. Me and my dad went on hikes and things like that. So shooting, I think it was a great place to shoot. Also, COVID wasn't as bad there. And it was Vancouver was a really amazing place to shoot. And as you said, leaving the States, that kind of it kind of had like this, you're here and then you're going here to shoot this whole new project feel to it. So it felt like a very different part of my life. It was really cool. Yeah, Nickelodeon, it was super awesome. They were very friendly. Everyone was super welcoming. I didn't feel like I was, walking into this big company and like I didn't know how to act or anything like that. They were very accommodating. Any questions I had, they answered, and they were super nice and welcoming about everything. Yeah. I remember me and the cast, we did a lot of escape rooms and things like that. Those were all really fun. We did like 6 or 7 of them, and then we got pretty good at them. We got like on the leaderboard of a few of them, and we did like Harry Potter ones. We did like horror ones. That was really cool. Also on set, the guy who plays we told the story a bunch of times, but the guy who plays the Shadow Man in costume, he used to like dance all the time and like twerk and do things like that in costume, and that was really really funny on set to watch. My favorite scary movie, I really like Hereditary and like Ari Aster stuff. Well, I've only watched 2 of his movies, but Hereditary and Midsummer, I really like that kind of stuff. And I like more psychological thrillers, things like that, more than like jump scares, that kind of classic horror stuff. But yeah, I'm just getting into horror after this show, so I'm excited to see what else is out there. Not much actually. I think things will come as the show releases, hopefully. But before this, I used to be a big like musical theater person, so I've worked on like a bunch of shows. I was in a chorus line, I was in Aladdin, things like that. Bunch of like local productions, nothing really big. And then so this was like my first big thing. But before that, yeah, I used to do a lot of musical theater. I really like Drake and Josh. I like the OG stuff. iCarly, Drake and Josh. I also watched the Thundermans for a little bit, like the first few seasons, and that was a really great show. Um, yeah, so that was Drake and Josh, iCarly, Big Time Rush, that kind of stuff.
Thank you for watching The Sarah Scoop Show. Head to sarahscoop.com for more.